Hey everyone, it's Spurs Rail 96 here, hope you're doing well. Welcome to another Train Sim World livestream. For today's offering, we are taking a look at one of the base routes, I should say, or new routes that come with the base Train Sim World 6 package. Since the game has been released, you can pick the free new pieces of content up separately on whatever digital store you tend to shop on. And the route in question is the UK's offering a route set in the southwest of England, the Riviera Line in Devon, serving the two cities of Plymouth, Exeter, and also the small holiday destinations of like Torquay and Paignton. So I've been quite excited about this one because I've been on this line many times as a passenger, of course. So my expectations are reasonably high for this one. I expect to have this route represented in a solid way as far as the scenery and all that kind of stuff. And also it's a big one because it's the return of Great Western Railway. So yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. So yeah, hopefully it will be good. Let's hope so. So right, let's go into the journey mode. I do have all of the respective DLC installed, so you'll see practically everything from freight to heritage to passenger services, etc. We're going to take the 802 out for a spin. There we go, that's better. Okay, passenger service, train. Okay, 1C76, London Paddington to Penzance. We'll be taking over the service this time at Exeter St David's and going as far as Plymouth. Alright. That's much better, look at that. Sun is shining. Fluffy white clouds in the sky. That's what I want to see. Okay, so let's fire this puppy up. Desk illumination set to high. Seems awfully bright in here. Is the cab light on? It is indeed. Switch the horn on by an accident. Oopsie daisy. We'll have it set to the dimmed position. Well, okay. Can you open the fuse cabinet? Oh, you can. Oh, I didn't think you could do that. Oh. I don't think any of the switches are toggable. Oh no, there's a sanding fuse. Okay. Desk lamp. Okay, there's a few you can mess around with here. Ooh. Okay, that's good. Ooh. Controller's playing up. Apologies. Come on, work with me. Work with me. No, work with me. Thank you. SDO, DRA, European Train Control System, AWS. What else? BRATP isolation. Ooh. Driver safety device, vigilance, and TP, AWS and AWS. Okay. Sit in the cab. Now, this is a familiar face. This is the Izuma, let's say. Izuma's cousin. It's part of the Class 800 family of trains. We've got the Izuma, which was on the East Coast Main Line. That was the 801, I think, and we had the /1, the 801-1, and the 801-2. This is the 802- I don't know which one. I think it's 0 or 1. I can't quite remember. Haven't looked outside yet to see the train number. But you get two variants, and the formations are different as well. So you've got a 9-coach train and a single 5-coach unit, and sometimes you could see services of two 5-coach units connected together to make a 10-car train.
TPWS and AWS operational.
Okay, there's no passenger alarm. That's a bit of a shame. This would have like a speed control, so you could basically, it's like cruise control, like you have in your car if your car has cruise control, but it's for the train. Sadly, that's not been implemented, which is a bit of a shame. Screen works, it seems. Newton Abbot, next station. Yep, okay. That's not too bad. Now, the big difference with this multiple unit in particular is it's a bi-mode. So you can run it in electric mode on the overhead lines, wherever you choose to do that, of course. But this multiple unit also runs on non-electrified lines, courtesy of bigger diesel power trains. So it produces a lot more grunt in diesel mode, let's say, than the Azuma did. But it's so good to have Great Western Railway back. It's nice to get something new for GWR, and for me personally, you know, I ride on these trains a lot. You know, be it from Reading to London Paddington, London Paddington to Reading, down to Cornwall, down to Plymouth. You know, I've been on these many times, and yes, I can tell you that the seats are hideously uncomfortable. They're known as ironing boards, but yeah, the exterior looks as it would in real life. I see these on a daily basis. Logo there looks sharp. It's great to have them back in the game, GWR. I've noticed that the PIS displays are still broken, just as it was with the Azuma sets. So it would display London Paddington here and the next stop, and it displays a list there of the upcoming stations, but it goes by too quickly. So yeah, that's not correct in my view. I mean, look at that, you just saw it there. So Penzance, that's inaccurate, that's broken, and it's been like that for nearly 2 years. It's about time Dovetail fixed it, in my view. Like I said, this is a 9-coach unit, and I prefer the 9-coach unit, but the 5-coach unit is pretty cool as well. What would be nice is if, and most likely Dovetail will do this, is that some of the Class 800 units operated by Great Western Railway, they have like names on the side at the front end of the train, or at the rear of the train, depending where it's positioned. But you've got some lovely redesigns. I think there was one recently commemorating the Rugby Women's World Cup triumph for England. There was one of the the Paddington Bear film, among many other names. You know, one commemorating the fallen in the Great War. You know, the First World War, the Second World War. You know, least we forget, and all that kind of stuff. One livery, I think, commemorating Her Late Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, and one commemorating the late Captain Tom Moore, who made a bit of a big presence during the first lockdown in the pandemic, basically walking the length of his garden hundreds of times, raising money for charity. But it's great that we have this unit in the game, the GWR variant, and in fact there's one coming in now. I think that's a 5-coach variant, or maybe it isn't. Might be a 9-coach. Yeah, this is Exeter St David's, the end point on the line. So you got the official GWR branding here. It's good to see that represented in the game. You've got the Calm campaign posters that Dovetail's been associated for. You know, basically posters showcasing, you know, ways to improve mental health. We've got the route maps, which are collectible, of course. PIS displays, you can hear the announcements in the background as well, and other parts of the station. They are working, and so far no issues detected. So you've got the steps here, and it will take you to the footbridge where you can cross to the other platforms. Yeah, but the station looks as it would in real life. It's pretty accurate. I think this is set around May, June time of 2023, if not mistaken. Because back here you've got a rather known, let's say, signature, signature moment of this station, and that this is, I believe, the longest railway crossing in the UK, where it spans all of the tracks here at Exeter St David's. And there's no cars going about, which is a bit of a shame, because then you could obviously see the gates in action. But there you go, it is what it is. Well, one thing that does annoy me is that the line going to Exmouth wasn't included, which is a big shame. I feel they missed an opportunity there, because it will give you the opportunity to run the Class 150 on an additional branch line, which has a lot more stations. It's more quieter and a more rural area, and yeah, just give the Class 150 more mileage to tackle. But yeah, Exeter St David's is pretty good, pretty busy as well. It's not too bad. We've got the depot here as well, which I did take a look on foot at night time, and yeah, it was pretty packed. So you could do empty stock moves, not only with the 150 but the IETs as well. I think maybe the 166 and the HSTs too. You've got some workmen there ready to commence afternoon duties. Had some dinner or lunch, maybe. Anyway, I've done enough talking. Let's get in the cab. Let's get going. Tock, hey, how are you? Same for William Tocker. Good evening. And NBC. I'll just say that for sure, because you've got quite a long name there. NBC. Hope all three of you are well. Okay, so our first station stop
Welcome
is...
aboard this Great Western Railway service to Penzance. We'll be calling at Newton Abbot, Totnes, Plymouth, Liscard, Bodmin Parkway, Parr, St Austell, Truro, Redruth and Penzance.
That's going to get on my nerves, that. I'm going to turn it off. Yeah, the AI announcements seem to be working in the cab and on the platforms, but why can't I go down? Come on. Go down. Thank you. There we go. Cab announcements, turn it off because it's not realistic. Onboard announcements, no point having them on because I'm not in the carriage. For some reason it won't save every time I want to turn off the onboard announcements. The game refuses to save it. Every time I fire this game up, it just defaults back to 100% on both counts, which really annoys me, because every time I want to play the game I have to turn the frickin' announcements off. They're cool, but I don't need them on. I know where I'm going. Alright, let's go. Let's boogie. It's not bad, not bad. Those sounds aren't too bad. From what I've heard, I don't think Dovetail was able to get accurate recordings of the specific class of 800 that GWR operate. So what they've done is they've taken some sounds from the Azuma set, and I think they've gone in touch with one of the members of the Train Sim World community that makes mods or sound mods or something like that, and liaised with them and said, hey, can we borrow some sounds that you've got for the GWR Class 800 variants and mix them, match them together. So, I mean, the sound of the engines themselves, from an exterior perspective, they do sound realistic. Maybe they could just take the volume up a bit, turn it up a bit. That'll be cool. So the first station stop is Newton Abbot. It's 13 miles away. So the plan for this stream is we're going to do a run from Exeter to Plymouth, and then we'll take a look at the 150 going from Paignton to Exeter. And that should pretty much cover everything this route has to offer, or not offer. But what I like about this route is that is the actual route topography itself. It's not just straight A to B, 125 miles per hour flat out like we've had with the previous two, let's say, headline UK routes for the previous two iterations of Train Sim World. Be that the East Coast Main Line and the West Coast Main Line South. The West Coast Main Line is much more, busier. It's, focusing on passenger duties going into, central London. So it's obviously going to be busier, more stations, more trains. Whereas this is a little bit more quieter. But you got a lot of variation of scenery. It's not the fastest route. The maximum speed you can reach is actually on this section now, which is 100 miles per hour. And it twists and turns through the Devon countryside, runs along the Devonshire coastline, close to the Red Rocks cliffs, going along the Dawlish Sea Wall, which has been very well known for the storms and the spectacular images that it's known for in the winter time in particular. The storms, waves crashing in against the trains as they try and get through in one piece without breaking down or getting clogged up with seawater. And obviously serving, two big cities in the southwest, in Exeter. I've never been to Exeter, but I know it's very well known, for its universities, its educational facilities. Exeter Chiefs, I think, one of the most successful rugby clubs in the world, playing at a very high level. And Plymouth, I know quite well. Very good history. It's known as Britain's Ocean City. Very good theatre facilities. I've been to Plymouth mainly to watch productions that take place at the theatre, which is about 10 to 15 minutes away from the station. And Plymouth also known well for its naval maintenance depots. I think it's home to a few submarines. I'm not sure if they're decommissioned or not, but I think it's just maintaining them and so on and so forth. So there is a strong naval history and presence in Plymouth. Dockyard as well. So it's a real hub of construction activity. Be it cultural, naval aspect as well. History. The city very well known, I think, for being bombed and quite badly damaged in the Second World War. So there's a lot of history there in Plymouth. So it's not to be underestimated if you were to compare the two cities of Exeter and Plymouth. But it's great that we've got GWR back in the game. I mean, the last time we had a GWR route was at the very beginning of Train Sim World. Great Western Express was the first UK route for the game, and I remember it was like 10 years ago, nearly. Jeez, that's a long time. Can't believe it's 10 years since Great Western Express was first released on the PC. and it was really, really exciting, you know, just having, you know, a GWR route and one right on my doorstep, you know, going from Reading to London Paddington was great. Yeah, it would be nice if a route was extended, like to, I don't know, Newbury or further, but at the time, it was really, really exciting. And it's great that we've got them back, you know, GWR as a brand, and having a modern day interpretation of one of their routes that they conduct operations. It's a good time to look at this route as well now, rather than, you know, on the first days after release or in early access, because I think Dovetail's put out quite a few patches for the game since then. Nothing as far as focusing on routes of the distant past, like from third-party developers or anything like that. Like, for example, having the new sounds for the Class 150 for the Cardiff City network. I'm still eagerly awaiting that. Same goes for the new timetable from Skyhook for the 5 Circle line. But they've pumped out a few updates for the Riviera Line as well, fixing a few things with the routes. This multiple unit we're operating, the 150, some scenarios, timetables, some bugs with the signalling, so it's needed a bit of patching up, that's for sure. I think one thing that we needed was apparently fixed was the sea textures at Dawlish wasn't even being displayed, so I can't imagine what it looked like in early access if that is the case. Jesus, just a dry, desolate wasteland. Like, how could you like miss out on putting flipping water textures at Dawlish? I don't understand that. In this water texture, it doesn't look great. I mean, I think it's the estuary, isn't it, going out into the Atlantic? You know, going from Exeter down all the way to the greatest ocean of the Atlantic. So it don't look good to me. I don't know why. Got some traffic running alongside the road there, alongside the tracks. That's good to see. That's something I did get quite irritated about, is that you know, when you're driving alongside roads that don't have AI traffic going about, you know, it just breaks the immersion a little bit for me. It's not a biggie, but you know, it makes a small difference, but it's a difference. Okay, we're coming up to a fairground or a holiday park. Train there, serving the station. Is that Dawlish Warren? I think it is. Might be wrong. No, it is Dawlish Warren. Okay, I got that right. Okay, this bit don't look too bad. The rocks here, they don't look bad. Yeah, they don't look bad. They don't look bad at all. Right, we're running alongside the Dawlish sea wall itself. It would appear that the sea texture, well, it seems to be displaying some sort of water texture. Whether it's the old water texture from like the old train sim worlds, or the newer water textures they've implemented in the recent, you know, routes going back the last couple of years. We're going way too slow here. But so there was a very well-known storm 11 years ago, that washed away huge chunks of the Dawlish sea wall. I think a part of the railway line was washed away completely, and it took many months, if not years, to be completely rebuilt. So it's good to see the Dawlish Sea Wall in its current representation. So we're just passing through Dawlish now. We're going to be going through one of many small tunnels as we're burrowing through the red cliffs here. It's cool that this route is longer too. I mean, 60 miles, I think, which is 10 miles more than the West Coast Main Line South. There's less stations, of course. There's only 14, but the fact, it's slower, much slower. Differentiations with the gradients and speed limits, means for a longer experience, more challenging experience, if you could call it like that. Especially if you set it in, heavy rain conditions, stormy conditions, snow. So you're certainly in for a challenge. There's no doubt about it. It's not just going from A to B at 125 miles per hour. I think we're the longest tunnel now on the route, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, but the Class 800, I can't remember what variant I'm actually operating. I think it's the 802- it's either the 8... I don't know, actually. I don't want to get it wrong. Let me just check on the exterior of this train. Surely it would display the number, wouldn't it? Yeah, it's the 802-1. Right, okay. No point, we've got a speed limit of 60 coming up. Yeah, water texture don't look too bad. Would be nice if we could have some sort of animation of the waves crashing up against the waves. Sorry, the water crashing up against the beach. But it looks alright. But of course there's room for improvement. 5 miles to go until our first station stop, which is Newton Abbot. There are some services as well that stop at what's it called? Ivy Bridge, but I'm not actually sure which one. I think some 802 services stop at Ivy Bridge. Don't quote me, I've no idea how many, or which variant for that matter. Maybe the Voyager or the HST stops at Ivy Bridge. I haven't seen the HST. I have got it loaded up on the timetable. The only thing I've disabled from the timetable is the AI class 158s, mainly because they're inaccurate, because they're East Midlands trains variants and not South Western Railway variants. So I've disabled them. I mean, they're mostly AI services, so it's not a big deal. I don't know what's happened to the water textures here. It seems to have got a little bit boggy or muddy. Right, we need to increase the speed. Yeah, this water texture doesn't look as crisp. If anything, it reminds me of the water textures from the very early days of Train Sim World. I expect it better, because there is a huge difference in the newer water textures, because you get the sun shining and glimmering off the water, and that is not the case with that particular water texture asset that they're using there. What's it like on the other side? seems a bit better, not much better though. Got a speed limit 60 coming up shortly. And we're only 2.5 miles away from Newton Abbot. Let's get on the brakes. Talk, what do you think of the Birmingham to Crewe route last night? I have no idea. I haven't seen the stream, nor do I tend to look at it. I'm not going to have a look at it. Ruin the element of surprise. Hopefully it'll be good. I'm not a fan of the 350s, though, I have to be honest. I've never liked them anyway, but again, the fact that all three variants are unlicensed, it's a bit of a turn off for me. Hopefully there'll be a livery going about somewhere on the Train Sim Community website or the Creators Club, which have the actual licensed markings, you know, of London North Western Railway, or what is it, London Midland? Because it's quite odd, isn't it, having particularly with that British Transport Police version, you know, you've got one coach that is licensed with, you know, British Transport Police decals and, you know, text this number to get in contact with the police, yada yada yada, and then the rest of the train is all unlicensed. Just doesn't look right. But the route itself, I've got very little to complain about. I think the mileage is okay, the stations are cool, for what I've read, and the pictures that have been published by the developer and Dovetail look quite promising. So I have high expectations, and rightly so, since it's at full price for a train that we've already got in the game, albeit 3 different variants. Okay, we're coming into our first station stop, which is Newton Abbot. And another plus point with the West Coast Main Line Birmingham to Crewe is that, of course, it's another route for the Avanti Pendolino, West Coast Pendolino, to run around. That's never a bad thing. That's always a good thing. I like the Pendolino. Played a little bit too early there. I underestimated that. Thought it was coming in a bit too quick. Good brakes on the 800. 802, I should say. And we're way late, but that's fine. Just want to have a good look around and take a look at everything. It's got 4 or 5 coach stop sign there. And there is a stop sign for us there. And the sound of the trainer coming to a halt with the brakes. That sounded pretty good. Okay, welcome to Newton Abbot, the first station stop for us today. Class 800, 910 coach train, yep, that is correct. Got a cannon there, one of the collectibles. I have to say, when I was looking around, I think it was Plymouth Station, and I heard this thing go off, God, it gave me a fright. It was behind me, I didn't know it was there. Yeah, the station looks pretty accurate. Got a liquid bean cafe there. Shame the interiors haven't been modelled. That's something I wish Dovetail would do, just like Just Trains has done. Model the actual interior of the station facilities. Like they've done here, look. They've got the gate line modelled here. People can walk in and out. That's good to see. lift way out. I'm sure that's meant to display something, but it's missing. The sounds are good on the 150. They sound good. Okay, so we got the lift switch work, good. Okay, the bridge don't look too bad. Yeah, the station looks just as it does in real life. Oh, well, we got a business park here or something like that. Either way, it's not modelled too badly actually. Got the cars parked up there. This is pretty clean. I like that. It'd be nice to have a bit more rubbish and dirt around. Oh, you got here. You got some crap here, look, on the ground next to a skip. I like the fact there's you know, bits of bags of I don't know, what is that? Stones, coal and spools and barrels everywhere. I like that, dotted around the area. In amongst the weeds and shrubs, it's good. Makes it feel lived in. Alright, what's the car park like? Not too bad actually. Not bad at all. Well, people here love the red car. Loads of red cars. What are they? BMWs? Mercedes? Who knows? They like the chrome red car. Yeah, this is good. Very good. Much better than I thought it would be. This is obviously the entrance to the station itself. This building here is modelled quite nicely too. I'm liking what I see. It's better than I expected, to be fair, even the road here. Oh, aside from... oh no, that's the shadow. Okay. Thought the lamp... thought the light here was positioned incorrectly, but no, it's... yeah, it's not too shabby. Good. Pleased with that. Surrounding area doesn't look too bad at all. Good. It's better than I expected so far. Okay, the next station stop is Totnes. That's what is it? Just over 7.5 miles away. So let's get going. Talk. Yeah, it's always a question, isn't it? Where every time a new route is announced, and especially if it's come with a pretty packed, excuse me, timetable, there's always that fear or that dread of like, oh, is it going to run smoothly? Is it not? Because most of the previews are conducted on like a PC, isn't it? A pretty high-end PC, from what I imagine. Which, you know, looks good and obviously gives the public a good impression of what the route looks like, feels like, and what it has to offer. But you know, for other people that maybe don't have a high-spec PC and operate on you know, an Xbox or PlayStation 5, you know, they're always asking the question like, well, how's it going to run? How's it going to run? It's a bit disappointing actually that the route isn't at a bit of a discount if you like owned the Birmingham Cross City line. I think they missed the trick with that. I know the Birmingham Cross City line is on the steep heavy discount. I think it's like 80% off or something. I think it's like on sale for like £5 or £6. But I mean, I know the route is the first piece of content from the new third-party developer. I can't remember what they're called. What is it? All Aboard Studios or whatever. That's the tracks going down to Paignton, isn't it? I think so. Correct. yeah. But yeah, I think they should have I don't think the route should be priced at £30 in the UK. At least have a discount attached to it if you own the Birmingham Cross City Line, or if you have Xbox, Xbox Live or PlayStation Plus or something like that. Because when the Birmingham Cross City Line, I think, was first introduced way back in Train Sim World 3, it came with a 20% discount for people that had either the Xbox Live membership or PlayStation Plus. I wish they would reintroduce that. It would be nice. But I think in general the route price shouldn't be £30 because if a train is a different variant, I agree, to the Class 150. The Class 350 we had from West Coast Mainline South, because I think that's had a few improvements done to it, suspension, textures, physics, and all that kind of stuff. But as it is the same train and nothing really is new with it, bar a couple of different variants and a new livery, I personally think it should be less. But that's just my view. Will I get it? Absolutely. Absolutely. I will get it next week. And I will do a first look stream as soon as possible. Not sure if it passed the might have already passed it. Maybe I have, I can't remember. There's a Heritage Railway, the South Devon Railway is around here somewhere. I think it's just outside of Totnes, am I correct? Yeah, there's actually a train there ready to depart. I didn't expect that to be there. But there's two Heritage Railways that sadly have not been brought to life in the game, only two stations. The Dartmouth Steam Railway, which is, it's a beautiful railway. Beautiful railway. If you've had the chance to go to the Paignton Dartmouth Railway, I'm jealous, because that's a heritage railway I've always wanted to go to. I mean, the scenery, the type of operations that they operate, the stock that the heritage railway has is really, really cool. It's not the longest route, but I think the variation in scenery really attracts my attention. So it's such a shame that the Paignton Dartmouth Railway wasn't reproduced by Dovetail. It's no surprise, they packed it in with steam, so I had a sense that they might introduce obviously the heritage station at Paignton, because it's part of the British Rail or GWR platforms, but it's a bit of a shame it wasn't let's say it's a shame it wasn't integrated into the route. I think they missed the trick there. Even if it was without any steam locomotives or anything like that, just a new heritage railway to run on would be really, really cool. Because the West Somerset Railway right now is probably one of the best looking routes in the game, as far as I'm concerned. Courtesy of the remaster it had, when is it, start of last year? Because that route now, I mean, it may be 5, 6, 7 years old, but it's one of the best looking in my opinion. The person who does the remasters, I mean, it's just one person, but wow, he does an impeccable job. Be it with the scenery, fixing bugs, with the scenarios, the timetables, the locomotives, updating the route to be, to a much greater visual standard. And it's just brilliant for what the guy does. It's such a shame more people from the Dovetail team don't rally around him, or that maybe the guy can't have the power to create his own little team, if you will, his little preservation crew, let's say, and remaster for routes. Because I imagine if the guy who remasters it, had a team around him, not only would speed the process up of remastering more routes, but more hands on deck means you know, more things can be perfected at the same time. 2 mile, just under 3 miles away from Totnes. Oh shit! I put my bloody headphones in my cup of tea. Oh fuck! Excuse the language. Shoot. Whoops. It was my fault. I had the cable from my headset submerged in my tea. That's we're off to a good start, aren't we? I better drink the tea before it gets worse. It's already cold anyway, so. Bit of a shame that this Class 8 02 set in Trenton hasn't got more livery variations, but I wouldn't be surprised if Dovetail sold like additional liveries in a stupid livery pack, you know, gameplay pack or whatever. I could see them doing that. Same with the Voyager as well, like you know, pride colours and special commemorative liveries used on the Class 800 or 802 fleet by GWR, like I mentioned at the start of the stream. I could very easily see them doing that. It's a bit of a piss take, really, because you know, it's already quite expensive at £30, but yeah, just paying like what, 10 quid or something like that for a new liveries? No chance. I don't know why people buy it at £10. It's ridiculous. It's not like you're getting a new train or anything like that. It's the same freaking train with new liveries. You could get them on the Creators Club, you know, by some very talented individuals, or on the Train Sim Community website. But there we go. That's how it is. Okay, speed limit is increasing actually to 60 miles per hour. As we're just over a mile away from Totnes. We're very much in the Devonshire countryside. Top gaming. Oh yeah, 100%. When the West Coast Mainline South was first, you know, when it first launched in early access and with Train Sim World 5, it was in an appalling state. You could tell it was rushed. There was some horrendous looking scenery in places. The performance of the route was just terrible, particularly like the further you got into London, the worse it got. Since then it's been cleaned up and tidied up a bit, but I have to say that this route, when it first, you know, came with the base game, or when it was first introduced in early access, it's the most stable route I think I've played for a fair old while, so kudos to Dovetail. I mean, it's not the busiest route in the game, that's fair, so it means less issues with performance, but certainly scenery, there's a few issues that could crop up, you know, unfinished scenery here and there because they're rushing it to get the game out, but no, so far is better than I expected. There's a Voyager, stage right. If I've got enough time, I might take a look at the Voyager, but I'll see how I'm doing for time. Whoa. I love the braking on this. You know, you can set it to any specific percentage you fancy, and you can really control the train decelerating at lower speed, which is good. Alright, welcome to Totnes. I know literally nothing about Totnes. I've never been to Totnes. I don't plan to go to Totnes. But what I do know is the station looks pretty accurate to real life. Before I started the stream, I took a look on the Google of the station facilities, and it doesn't look too shabby. Got the bus stop here. even with some lights and a lovely varnished ceiling. Car parks modelled pretty well too. Bike shelters there, and the road up to I imagine take you into I don't know, the centre of Totnes maybe. I've no idea. On the other side too. Don't look too shabby. There's the Voyager. Boy, those sounds in idle are good. Station sign there of Totnes. God, the Voyager's loud in my headset. Very loud. You've got a roundabout right at the end here. Is that right? Surely not. You've got a big chimney here. Maybe it used to be the site of a former factory. Looks like this building here could be part of what used to be a factory of some description. It's not a tin mine. I think tin mines were exclusively in Cornwall and not Devon. But yeah, it's good to see it there. There's a bit of character to the station. Got a walkway from somewhere to the station. It's 2. Ooh. Calm down, game. Don't crash and burn on me just yet. Yeah, we got the lifts. They work, it seems. Got the correct branding. Totnes. Accident hotspot sign there. Look, hold the handrail. Yeah, it's good. It's good. PIS displays, they're working. Got some benches here. Lovely texture on the ground here. Look at that. That's good. Got the different zone markings as well. That is correct. And you got the signal box here as well. That's modelled very nicely. Look at that. That's good. Oh no, you've even got a heritage sign here. Totnes. And maybe this, presume, used to be, like I said, an old factory many years ago, but that's modelled impeccably. Look at that. Now, if the free camera will let me, there is, like I said, the South Devon Railway, I think, just around the corner. I'm going to try and see if I could take a peek at it without the game throwing a hissy fit. No, that's the water texture. Look at that. That is much better. You see what I mean? Like back at Dawlish with the water texture, it didn't look quite right. And this is the newer water texture, and you can see it is superior. Look at that. That is high quality water texture right there. Look at that. We've had it in Train Sim World for I think a couple of games now, and it looks tremendous. Nice little walk bridge there too. I think it's just round here. Yeah, here we go. This is I think the terminus. I think, yeah, the terminus or the end point for the South Devon Railway, and I think there's a train actually waiting about to go by the looks of it. It's class 33. Yeah, the platform's been faithfully reproduced. It's lacking any sort of signage, you know, like saying, hey, we're the South Devon Railway. This station is. I don't actually know what the station's called because there's no actual station sign. But it's, you know, it's good. It's been modelled at least, and it's got a train and coaches sitting here, mimicking heritage operations. So yeah, that's good. But again, it would be nice if we could have both heritage railways, or one of them being fully reproduced. But hey, that's just me being me. Okay, the next and the final stop will be Plymouth, 20 miles away. I will try and stop at Ivy Bridge. I know it's not. Well, I know we're not scheduled to stop there, but I do want to take a look at Ivy Bridge as well. because it's important. We need to look at all the stations. Okay, so if you've enjoyed the stream up to this point and you've liked what you've seen so far, I'd appreciate it if you would hit the thumbs up button below or add it to your custom playlist or whatever. We're going a bit too fast here. And if you are watching for the first time, be it live or on playback, I'd appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. Okay, speed limit's increased to 60. Oh, for the Glossop Life, yeah, Birmingham. Right, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think a heritage railway is needed. Which one? Boy, it's anyone's guess. There's so many to choose from, isn't there? Be it standard gauge, narrow gauge. There's a big old list. And I think a heritage railway would bite Dovetail's arm off to have them represented in the game, or on a like a world stage, if you like. Because that means, people, for example, the West Somerset Railway, I think when that first launched, there was a big increase in the amount of people visiting the railway simply because of, the game having the West Somerset Railway initially. I think they even, when they launched the route, the devs were at the West Somerset Railway at Minehead playing the game on the platforms of the station. It was a pretty big event from what I recall back in 2018. So obviously it brings more people to the railway, more revenue for the railway, which is a good thing. We need to need our heritage railways to continue to thrive. Wouldn't it be cool if we had a modern day interpretation of Great Western Express, extend it a bit more and have all of the branch lines included, like maybe, I don't know, take the branch, the Basingstoke branch going to maybe Reading Green Park, which is actually the closest station to me, and also God, there's so many branches. You can have the branch up to Henley, to Marlow, Windsor, Heathrow, branch up to Greenford. There's, I think, so much potential with Great Western Express if they were to reintroduce it, or build it from scratch, to bring it up to modern day standards. There's a lot of potential I think they could exploit. Not only with additional branches and maybe expanding the main line itself to, I don't know, Newbury maybe, knowing Dovetail, but also the rolling stock. You've got Class 387s. You've got the Heathrow Express. The Elizabeth Line runs there now on that section of track. London Underground. So if Dovetail was to rebuild, let's say, Great Western Express, for the up to the present day, that would just be wicked. But sadly, I don't think that will ever happen, especially now that this remaster that the one guy in Dovetail is doing is taken well over a year, 2 years nearly to do. So yeah, never mind. We can hope. And I suppose you could say the same for West Cornwall Local. That route really does need a remaster. Rivet Games has just left that route to rot. And it's nice that this route, set in the southwest, is a good route set in the southwest. Because this is night and day better than West Cornwall Local. I know West Cornwall Local is set in the early 1990s. Yeah, but I think overall, so far, this route smashes it out of the park. And that route needs a remaster very badly. You know, not just updating the lighting and weather and the clouds, but you know, timetable needs to be looked at. Definitely extend the route in some areas. I think ending the route originally at, I think it was at Truro, and then having the Falmouth branch was meant to happen, but then the Falmouth branch was cut and they extended the route up to St Austell, which is a weird endpoint, really. I mean, at least extend the route up to Liscard or something, you know what I mean? But there you go. That's a river for you. It's no surprise that they haven't made a route for a very long time, because I don't think it'll be received very well. We got 15 miles to go until our final stop, which is Plymouth. We've got the countryside there. That don't look too bad. Nice. KWV, yeah, that'll be quite cool. Keighley Worth Valley Railway. I think the North Yorkshire Railway, I think if you were to cherry pick one that Dovetail could do, I think the North Yorkshire Railway, that'll hands down that will come out on top as a route, a heritage railway that could possibly happen, because of obviously its fame, you know, in the Harry Potter series. I think it was featured in what was it called? That show that aired in the 1990s, 2000s. What was it? Heartbeat. I think one of the stations on the route was featured in that series, and obviously, I mean, for Harry Potter, I mean, that will certainly raise a few eyebrows if the North Yorkshire Railway was reproduced in Train Sim World, because then you know, players that, I don't know, play Hogwarts Legacy or something like that, or was a big Harry Potter fan, could be like, well, hey, I mean, look, there's I don't know what the station's called in the Harry Potter films. What is it? Hogglemead, something like that. I don't know, but yeah, they'll be like, wait, we can go from Hogwarts Legacy and we can go to that fictional station in Train Sim World. And but yeah, I think an narrow gauge rail would be really cool to see. Festiniog Railway. There's a little small one in Wales, I can't remember what it's called, at Corris Railway. I think that's been made for Train Simulator. I'd quite like to see the Corris Railway. Got a charming little route. And I think Skyhook made that route. How far are we from Ivy Bridge? That's what I want to know. Is it there? Yeah, that's Ivy Bridge. Not too far. Not too far. So how many trains actually stop at Ivy Bridge? And not many. Not many. What about platform 4 at Ivy Bridge? We all just going to Penzance. Penzance and Plymouth. Okay. I imagine the Voyager and the HST stops at Ivy Bridge more than this 802. Speak of the devil, there it was. Right on cue. Oh, you volunteer there at the Keighley-Worth Valley Railway Talk. Oh, that must be really cool. There's no heritage railways near where I am. They're a bit of a distance away from me. I think the nearest like heritage railway thing, let's say, I'm closest to, I think there's the one that's Swindon. Is it Swindon? Yeah, Swindon, yeah, just literally next to the station, I think. There's a heritage centre there. It's home to some fantastic Great Western Railway steam locomotives. And I think it's set amongst a local shopping centre or something like that. But I don't know. Don't go to Swindon. What's that thing sticking up there in the distance? Is that a chimney of some sort? What's that? It's caught my eye. Is it a chimney? It is. Seems to be a disused factory. Maybe a present day factory. Let's have a peek, why not? Not a bad view. Yeah, the road's modelled pretty well. There's traffic going about. This is good. Well, let's just stop the train for a second. Seems to be a present day facility. It's got a name actually. The Clay Place. Is that actually what it's called? Surely not. The Clay Place. Home to producing clay. Or selling it. Well, it looks well made. Not sure if it's accurate, but you can hear industry workers going about their duties in an invisible forklift or something. Sounds like he's dropped something too. Excellent. Yeah, great view though. Look at that. Fantastic. Oh, there's a freight train there. It's the first time I've seen a freight service on this route. As regards to freight, that's taking a little bit of a back seat because freight is not as busy on this line as in the passenger services. But you can do some freight, not many, but there is some. There's railhead treatment train. I think there's some China clay services that originate from I don't know where, but it's somewhere in Cornwall before they were cut. I think a year or two ago. So I think China clay trains are represented. I think aggregate as well. Not sure on that one. But there's no like intermodal trains or anything like that. So don't expect container trains on this route. I think in the pipeline there is plans. Oh yeah, here's Ivy Bridge. Just want to stop here quickly and have a look. I think there are plans to introduce some sort of naval contamination train or something like that. When Skyhook launched that Class 20 what is it? I can't remember what the word is called. Contaminated train or something like that, you know what I mean? Like chemical train or something like that. So alright, what's going on Ivy Bridge? Let's have a look around. It's a bit of a small station, this one. You got the walkway. Information bit there. It's missing the word information. It's not very good. Alright, and this would be the car park? I'm not sure. We've got a bus stop there though. This model not too bad. Car park down there is a bit bare bones, but Yeah, the houses here are a bit copy and paste, but yeah, I can forgive Dovetail for that. Bridge though is modelled very well, so it is fully accessible. Stations beyond, over the footbridge for Plymouth stations and Penzance. I like the waiting shelters, they're modelled pretty well. Got one of those cannons there. Yeah, so Ivy Bridge is very much a small station. Ivy Bridge. Yeah, not too bad. I think the scenery of Ivy Bridge itself, the town, and I could do with a bit more work to it. A bit of work needs to be done there, I think, just to flesh it out a bit more. But the greenery, got very little to complain about. As far as Dovetail is concerned, this is pretty good. So far, I'm liking what I'm seeing. It's better than I expected. Right, you got some cows there. Are they animated? Do you move? Do you speak? No. That'll be a good view though, a good screenshot right there of the train going by. Near the kids going by for some reason. Going about, playing in the field maybe. Bit of a shame they ain't got any more animals like sheep and horses or calves and foals. Especially animated ones, that'd be cool. I think on the Limited Wall Barn there were some animated animals roaming the fields. We're running very late. That's nothing new. GWR. I think the amount of trains I've boarded that run on time are, I'd say 50-50. I remember I did board a train going to London. That was I think 160 minutes late. Oh, I remember that. Oh dear. That was a bit of a bit of a shit show, to be honest. It was awful, absolutely awful. But this was before, like, you know, GWR had their 802s knocking about. To be fair, I mean, recently, like say this year, I think every train I've caught from Reading going to either London Paddington to Plymouth, vice versa, Cornwall, yeah, they've actually been pretty decent. They've run close to time or being on time. It's just the seats I just can't bear. The seats are just atrocious in terms of comfort. I think the seats aren't as comfy or as well padded as it really should be compared to the HSTs. It's because I think it's due to new fire regulations or maybe just cost cutting. So every time I get on an IET, or a class 802, 801, you name it, a GWR 800 train, I always have I always bring my hoodie so I can actually put it up against the seat and have a bit of support for my back, because those seats are rock hard. I know, really uncomfortable. It don't make much difference if you go in first class or standard class. There's a very small difference in terms of comfort, which is sad to say. I mean, I was at Plymouth 3 weeks ago and I saw one of the HSTs. They won't be around forever. Castle set, you know, going from Penzance to Plymouth, or Plymouth to Penzance, wherever. And I remember I could see in the first class carriage, I think, and it was a lovely padded seat, and it was, it looked so comforting and inviting. Oh. And then the 802 pulled in, and I was like, oh god. I mean, they don't even have a buffet car anymore. So annoying. I wish they'd have a buffet car. I think the Azumas have a buffet car, if I'm not mistaken, right? Hopefully GWR one day, when it comes to I don't know, giving these Class 800s a midlife facelift, they can reintroduce some comfier seats and a buffet coach. I would welcome that, and I think a lot of people would, hands down. Okay, we're on a very steep downhill grade in here, as we're just over 6 miles away from Plymouth. Hey Mark Moss, nice to see you, hope you're well. William Tucker, very good. Well, I knew a joke about the cows would come in to the live chat at some point. The moment I saw the cows, I thought, yeah, someone was going to make a joke about it. Reduce the speed a bit here. Talk, hopefully. Yeah, that would be pretty cool if we could get a third-party developer to reproduce a Heritage Railway or a railway set in the steam age. There's huge potential with the steam. It just really annoys me that, you know, Dovetail works so hard to build, you know, steam locomotives and the physics about it, you know, and all that kind of stuff, and then they just pretty much threw in the towel with it just because it didn't sell as well. If you did a better job of it, Dovetail, you wouldn't have to scrap them in the first place. That's just how I see it. But it just really annoys me, or pisses me off that they just throw in the towel with it because it doesn't sell well. Improve the quality of the product, Dovetail, you know, with regards to steam, and people will buy it. What a revolutionary idea. Jesus. Okay, speed limit's decreasing as we're getting ever closer to Plymouth. We should be going past the main maintenance depot on this route for the IETs, and I think for the Voyagers and maybe the HSTs as well. Lara or Lera depot, I don't know how it's pronounced correctly, so apologies there. But we should see it very shortly. There's some marshalling yard here, Tavistock Junction. Tavistock marshalling yard. Hopefully that gets used by VAI or the 66. I think we've just gone over, is that the M5 motorway? Looked like a pretty big road we just went under. Road bridge. It's either the M5 or it can't be the M4, is it? The M4 is at Cardiff Bristol way. Again, the water texture there doesn't look... it's a bit of a mixed bag. Doesn't look as good as that little river or stream I caught earlier near Totnes. I haven't seen any heritage trains yet. There's been a lot of emphasis on heritage trains in the timetable. There's like at least 3 or 4, maybe more. I don't know the exact number on the top of my head, but there's, you know, Flying Scotsman services, there's heritage runs with the Jubilee, with the Class 52, what else? 37, I think, as well. So if you like heritage rail tours, there's quite a few to pick from. I thought this was Plymouth Argyle's training centre, but it's not. I think it's home to some university or something. Didn't have a chance to take a look at Lara Depot. That is something I might actually do. After this service, I'll maybe do a little empty stomp move to Lara Depot, have a little look around. And then I'll jump in the 150 and conduct a service from Paignton to Exeter. And I can have a good look around of the other stations that I haven't stopped at on the line. We're coming in way too fast. We need to slow down. Okay, we'll just get out of this tunnel. And Plymouth should be Plymouth Station, I should say, should be just around a slight curve here. William, are there any Australian train lines in Trainsim World? There is no Australian routes in Trainsim World, and I don't think there'll ever be. I don't think there is any Australian routes in Trainsim Classic, let alone Trainsim World. So I think that just indicates that Australia and Oceania is not on Dovetail's radar. Or any third-party developers, for that matter. But it's a bit of a shame. But, you know, when it comes to licensing and all that stuff, it's always a stumbling block. Okay, but we're pulling into Plymouth, end of the line. Just try and look out for the stop marker. Is that it there? Yes, it is. Here we go, end of the line. Here we are at Plymouth. Alright, let's take a look around Plymouth. I was here 3 or 4 weeks ago, so I know what the damn thing looks like. Oh, come on, game, give me a chance. Jesus. I knew it was going to do that. No, no, let me out. Oh well, let it depart. I think there was another train on the other platform, wasn't there? I could maybe get in that cab and have a look around. But yeah, it looks pretty accurate to what I can tell. First impressions. That's loud. Look at that, even GWR classic benches, nice. This is the way out. It'll take you to the taxi rank and outside. Sadly, that's not been reproduced, the interior. That's a bit of a shame. But the signage and everything looks pretty accurate. Even got some old classic BT payphone booths there. Look at that. Oh, bugger, the Voyager's left as well. Oh, never mind. But yeah, looks... see if I could just plop down the train for a minute. I just want to have a look around. I don't know, put it in 08 or something. I don't care. I just want... Oh, what do you mean it doesn't fit? Jesus Christ, it's just one engine. It doesn't fit in this scenario. Oh, what a pain in the neck that is.
The next train to arrive at platform
But the station looks pretty accurate, I have to say.
Western Railway service to
Great Western Railway service to where, love? No surprise the AI announcements are already playing up. This is building here is, I think, Plymouth University. It's meant to say Plymouth University, but it just says Plymouth instead. But yeah, very little to complain about with regards to the station facilities. It looks just as it does in real life. So yeah, kudos to Dovetail for that. Okay, let's return to the main menu. I'll see if I can do a run at to Lara Depot maybe and have a look around there before I jump in the 150. I don't think I'll have enough time to actually no, yeah, I won't have enough time to take a look at the Voyager. I'll have to do that another time. Okay. Rail journeys, Riviera Line. Let's have a look. Is there any empty stop moves to Lara Depot? Oh, that's a big long one. Can't have that. That's no good. Any here going to Lara Depot? Nope. Coastal Course? None of that at all. Okay. Little Extreme? Nope. Okay, fair enough. Right, well, let's get into the timetable then. See if I could find one. As you can see, I've got everything installed. And I've disabled that layer. As you can see, it says 27 out of 28. You got a 166 there as well. That, sorry, there it is. 166. That does 24 services, albeit it's got broken destination displays. HSTs. That does the Penzance to Cardiff and sometimes Bristol services as well. So that's pretty cool. You got some Phillips Marsh Depot to Lara Depot there. That's quite cool. Empty stop move for service. Is that at Lara Depot itself? Oh, I might as well actually. Let's get in that service. I just want to look around Lara Depot. Hey, Bronco. Hope you're well. William Tucker, have you scheduled your next stream? How do you decide what route to stream? Very simple. The next stream I will take a look at is a route I haven't yet seen, or a loco add-on I haven't seen yet. The next one will be on the Voyager, the Class 220, on this route. When it will be, just thinking. It can't be next Monday because I'm unavailable to do it then. I will try and squeeze in a Voyager stream tomorrow night if I can. UK time, like 7:30, 8 p.m.-ish UK time. Alright, so in HST, I'll just put it neutral for the moment. Prep it for service. Right. That's loud. Boy, I forgot how loud these HSTs are. But this is Lara Depot, the main maintenance facility, I think, for the IETs in the southwest and HSTs as well, or well, for now at least, before they're all gone. But yeah, pretty sizable depot here. Voyagers come here as well, same for the 43 HSTs. At the road over there? God, that's loud. Yeah, the depot is pretty cool though, especially at night time, you know, full to the brim of trains. The interior here is fully accessible, so you can look around at night, get trains ready for service, take them out of service from Plymouth to Lara Depot or even Exeter in some cases. We've got a little lake here. It's good. Really could do a bit of improvement. But yeah, that's Lara or Lara Depot for you. It's pretty big, pretty massive. There's a couple of HSTs there as well. God, I thought that was the HST making that noise. What's that? Yeah, making that noise. Yeah, pretty big. If you like doing empty stop moves, you'll like this place. You'll like Lara or Lara Depot. I'll call it Lara Depot. Right, now we'll get into 150 and we'll do a service from Paignton to Exeter. How long is the streamer going on for? Just out of interest. Only an hour and 38. Not too horrendous. This will be a long one. In case you didn't realise. Okay, Riviera Line, Class 150, Paignton to Exmouth. Again, such a shame that the Exmouth branch was left out. Really wish they would have included that. More stations, more mileage. But, there we go. For whatever reason, Dovetail chose not to include it. Bronchi, would you like to see? Just about the ability to run signalling. Do you mean be a signaller? Is that what you mean? Like they have in Run 8 Train Simulator. You know, you can be the dispatcher, let's say, in the signal box. Is that what you mean? If so, maybe. I don't know how that would work. Or how interested people would be in it. I'm not sure. I would be quite interested to learn the mechanics of it. You know, how it would work. Be it a digital, like say being a signaller in, you know, in an office basically, you know, operating it by a computer or by the good old fashioned way. But where it's, you know, quite physical. But not sure. Depends how badly Dovetail make a mess of it. Is the answer, to be honest with you. Okay, let's take a look at this Class 150. This has got some all new sounds, pretty much top to bottom. New sounds in the cab, be it switches, engine sounds, physics, I think, as well. I've had a bit of a tinker as well, so this 150 sounds way better than what we had before on West Cornwall Local. Just wish Dovetail would speed up the process of implementing these newer 150 sounds in the Cardiff City Network variant that they promised would be in Train Sim World 6, but they still have not implemented that yet, for whatever reason. Okay. You can't set your own destination display, which is a bit of a disappointment. Temporary isolation. Isn't there like DSD over there somewhere? No. Okay. Train lights on. I think the cab layout is slightly different to the Cardiff City variant. Not sure though. Cab light off. Why would it need to be on? It's 9:44 in the morning. GSMR is TPWS on then? I didn't hear it engage when I set it to forward. There's a DRA. Okay, DRA is off. Okay. There's not as much functionality as I would like, you know, the different switches and buttons on the back wall, as well as, you know, this little corner here. It's got a useful numbers sheet there. What have we got? Just GSMR. At least that works. Got a desk fan, that works. Contact the signaler, okay. Wow, the sounds really are an improvement. I think Dovetail went to Lara Depot itself to get recordings of the 150-2, new recordings. And wow, so far so good. What a difference. What a difference. The Class 150 is now a unit to be enjoyed across the board, not just driving it but hearing it as well. I'm delighted with that. New destination displays, obviously. Exmouth displaying here. So this is Paignton. Lovely little town here in Paignton. Very busy in the summer, very popular with tourists. Great seaside town. You can see they're displayed on the sign there, distinguishing this as the Riviera Line, the name of the route itself. You've got the correct crossing gates. There was a fear that I think before this route was available to be played on early access that the wrong crossing gates were implemented at the time. That has been corrected. That is excellent to see. And look at this. Look at that for a high street. Is that a high street? If it is, that looks fantastic. Yeah, it's a copy and paste of the same buildings, but as a road looking down, that ain't too bad at all. Look, you got people sitting there. What's this geezer? What's wrong with him? You don't like what he's seeing there. What are you picking up, my friend? Trying to flip over the table or something? You're not happy with your coffee? Oh, I mean, it's okay. It's a bit strange, but no, I mean the road itself don't look too bad. You know, little lights here. This is great. I mean, it would be nice to have some newer buildings and stuff, and I know they're a bit copy and paste, but the road network, you know, giving you the impression of a town centre, looks fantastic. We've even got a depiction of Poundland here, called Pound Paradise. Ooh, lovely. Apex Sports. Is that meant to be a betting shop? Maybe. And you got the bridge there that people can use when the crossing gates are down to cross the tracks. You've even got some photographers here on hand to capture the action. That's good. And over here is the Paignton Dartmouth Heritage Railway. You can see you got a N8F tucked away in the sidings here, ready to commence its duties, and the heritage platforms have been accurately portrayed. That's good to see. Damn, it's such a shame we haven't got the Paignton Dartmouth Steam Railway. That would be the cherry on the cake, as far as I'm concerned. It's an illusion. Keep staring, you'll see it. Okay. Suspect Savers advert right now. There's even an 08 here as well. Oh. There's a Jubilee ready to begin the first service of the day. And I think there's some empty stock moves you can do with the 150s or even the 802s, where you can change platforms, just going into the sidings down there. Yeah, wow. We're off to a good start on the Paignton branch. I'm very happy. Paignton looks tremendous by Dovetail standards. Very little to complain. It's great. You can see the station's full of life as well, you know. People leaning up against the wall, looking at their phones, sitting on the bench, having a lovely romantic moment. Station canopy and the infrastructure very well reproduced in the game. Even the outside as well. Look at that, Paignton Station. Would be nice to the interiors, like I've said hundreds of times over. Would be built in this route, but other than that, I've got very little to complain about. So, shall we see the train depart? I think we'll watch it from here. Hear the engines screaming, so let's go. Oh, that sounds so much better. That sounds so much better. And the gates work. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. There's a Voyager there. Oh, hello. I think that's the Voyager's engines I can hear there. Wow, that sounds much better, man. Yes, yes, yes. What a difference. Dovetail's audio team has actually cooked up something pretty good. And I can't actually believe I've said that. It sounds so much better. Wow. Brilliant. Is there room for improvement? There's always room for improvement. But for Dovetail, I think hats off to them. This is a significant step forward on the audio front with the 150-2. And if people were to say, you know, oh, this isn't as good as it was before, then I don't know, you need to go and see a doctor, because this is fantastic. In my view. I'm not just saying that to win people over. Genuinely, I think it's a big improvement. Anyway, the first station stop on the line is Torquay. It's just under a mile away. I'm pleased they've added the Paignton branch. Otherwise, what's the point of calling it the Riviera Line without the actual Riviera Line? We could have easily skipped out on it, knowing Dovetail and their non-inclusion of branch lines in some of their routes. Look at GWE, for example. There's loads of branch lines there that wasn't reproduced. The Exmouth line on this route was missed out. The Falmouth branch and West Cornwall local was missed out. You know, I think they should have been added. Luke, hey, how are you? Hope you're well. Just taking my first look at the Riviera Line. Need a break here. Okay, we're just pulling into Torquay. Looks to me like there used to be 4 tracks here instead of the 2. Oh, the brake sounds, man. That's great.
Calling at Tor, Newton Abbot, Plymouth, Dawlish Warren, Starcross, Exeter St Thomas, Exeter St David's, Exeter Central, St James Park, Polslow Bridge.
So you got a male voice as well as a female voice doing the announcements. These plants look pretty good. Very tropical, if that's the right word. Okay, so this is Torquay. So you've got a rugby pitch just beyond the station. Okay. It's a bit bare bones, but I can forgive that. Oh, calm down, game. Let me have a look. Okay, car park here. Looks okay. I think could do a bit of a tidy up. Staff parking. Right, okay. Is there a hotel here? I imagine so. I have no idea. I think I've been to Torquay once when I was very, very young. Like literally when I was probably, what, less than 2 years old or something. But if it's a hotel, it's been nicely modelled. Except from the back of it. Oh dear, looks a little bit bare bones. Yeah, you got the looking out over the bay here. It doesn't look too bad. It's very bare back here. Very bare, I have to say. But if you're like in the cab, you're obviously not going to see it, so I can forgive them just about. But if you're in the free cam, obviously it's quite noticeable. But yeah, the station itself looks pretty accurate to what I've seen on the internet. Even got little doors there, so you can find your way inside. Steps to the other platform. Got a couple of buses waiting here with some road markings there where the buses stop. That's good, I like that. This bit don't look too bad. Lovely bit of greenery here. And what is this place? Some flats maybe, or I don't know, honestly I have no idea, but looks alright. Calm down, game. Let me have a look. Be patient with me. Okay, yeah, so you got Torquay there. A bit of a shame though, it seems the interior here has been modelled, but you can't access it. Oh no, I was incorrect. You can. Cool, good. That's the first interior I've seen they've actually modelled so far. Yes, the station don't look too bad, you know. Oh, look at that. I guess that's nice. Got an old-fashioned rowboat here, in amongst the weeds with the sign there, Torquay. Good, that's a nice touch. Yeah, adds a bit of character to the station. Yeah, station's it's a tick in my book. Maybe the scenery over there could be, if I was being really picky, could be a little bit more detailed, but other than that, no. Station's pretty good. I'll take a look at the chat, I promise. I'm not ignoring you on purpose. I'm just really immersing myself, let's say, in my surroundings in the game. William Tucker, yeah, I have many good memories with the HSTs. Many times. Going from Reading to London, and London to Reading, and I don't know, Reading to Cornwall, and vice versa. Bronco, the building like in Preston to Carlisle, oh, the signal box itself. Yeah, I'd like to see an actual signal box reproduced in the game, just like you see in Just Trains. Hopefully Dovetail could one day do that, but I very much doubt they will. Bronco, geez, wife must be a United fan. Proud Paradise, yes. No fish and chips. Generic Storm. Surprised that you'd think they would add that, considering we're on the coast, wouldn't you? No, I didn't check out the Birmingham crew stream yesterday. I tend not to look at the first look streams, just so it keeps the element of surprise for me. Which I suppose is very risky, considering how expensive these add-ons are these days. But judging by reading the media, looking at the screenshots of it on Dovetail's website, and I think the actual third-party developers' website, which went quite in depth into the timetable in particular, from what I can tell, it's safe to say that the route looks on paper pretty decent. I'm not too pleased that we're getting another variant, 3 variants in fact, the Class 150, the Class 350 I should say. I don't like the 350 very much. Something about it that just isn't my cup of tea. I do welcome the fact we're getting 3 variants, so spices up the show a little bit, let's say. A bit disappointed that the London North Western Railway wasn't secured again. Bit of a shame there. But the route itself looks promising. And plus it gives me an opportunity, and us the opportunity, to run the Pendolino on more services. That's always a good thing in my view, because I like the Pendolino, despite how crap some of the in-cab textures are. Okay, we're coming up to the next station stop, which is Tor. There's the station. Break. Okay, here we are at Tor.
Service to Exmouth, calling at Newton Abbot, Plymouth, Dawlish Warren.
Is that a signal box, or what used to be a signal box? I'm not too sure.
St Davies, Exeter Central.
Okay, so you got a yard back here that houses some containers. Lots of them. There's a bit industrial, the surrounding area here. Got another little industry here too. Oh, kitchen appliance shop here. 50% off, in fact. That's a nice touch, I have to say. Right, let's take a look around Tours. Bit of graffiti there. That's good. That's a nice touch. Oh, I like this station. It's nice. It's got a mixture of modern and character about it.
Platform 1 will be the 10:07 Great Western Railway service to Paignton.
That's correct. The announcement is correct. Good. Got your bikes there. And it seems like this station has been upgraded recently. It's got that feeling of being reinvigorated. There's a classic heritage sign there of Tor, and there too. I'm not sure if it was upgraded. Oh, that is an an 800, 802, I think. Coming into the platform. Big one too, long one, 9 coach. Wow. That's come from London Paddington. Yeah, the road here don't look too bad either. Got cars going about. I have to say that the scenery on this route, it's been given more care and attention than I expected. Look, you got the sign there. Ooh, come on, game. Let me look. Let me look. Give me a chance. So you got the Tor sign here. Oh, and you can actually go out and access the road. That's cool. Well, have a look up then. No entrance. Cool. Yeah, that's good. Give me... Hey, game, calm down. Let me look. Got some traffic lights there. Bus stop across the road. Yeah. I like what I see. Good. That's pretty fleshed out. Around the station. Bit better than Torquay. Alright, let's scream our way up to the next station stop, which is Newton Abbot. Hey Clausor, nice to see you again, hope you're well. Hey Ben Davis, hope you're well, welcome. Oof, I wouldn't bet against it, my friend. I'm sorry, I wouldn't bet your chances on I wouldn't get your hopes up on both the heritage lines being included in an update. It would be lovely to see him included, no doubt about that. A lot of people would welcome that. But since Dovetail thrown in the Towers team, that's not going to happen. No chance. My only hope would be that maybe they would construct that railway maybe as a separate add-on and then set it around a diesel gala, kind of what they did with West Somerset Railway when the route first came out. But the hopes of that happening is very slim indeed. I mean, especially since Just Trains has been, pretty much hitting top marks every time. He reproduces an old school route. You kind of go back down to earth with a bump with Dovetail was to reproduce a heritage line in a kind of familiar-ish, kind of feel, setting, atmosphere. Old school trains running along a heritage line. We're going a bit too fast here. Okay, so we got to join the Great Western Main Line, and then we'll be stopping at Newton Abbot. I don't know why we need to have this go via location thing. Don't really need it. We know where we're going. It's not like we have to stop at the Up Torbay line, do we? Clausor, That's from Denver to Devon. Oh, it's Norfolk Southern. Oh, right. Well, consider we've got some Norfolk Southern stock in the game. Mind you, they're very outdated now. From Skyhook. Hopefully we could have some freight layers on the Morristown line. Fingers crossed, but I'm not very hopeful of that happening, sad to say. They were going to add, I think, some freight layers or even some static freight stock to Northeast Corridor, New York, Trenton, and it never happened for whatever reason. And it's the same with Morristown line. They were originally planning to have like some static stock in let's say some industrial areas or yards or sidings on the Morristown line, but again, for whatever reason, it wasn't included. We got a red coming up. That's something I wasn't expecting. I know we are running late because I'm busy looking around the route. Okay, 2 miles exactly until the next station stop, Newton Abbot. Okay, the signal's just changed to yellow. Okay. Should be fine. I just thought to myself, because I'm, going along the route so slowly and stopping at stations for a long time just to look around, it may have buggered the timetable a little bit, caused a bit of a backlog and a traffic jam maybe at Plymouth or elsewhere along the route, but hopefully that doesn't turn out to be the case. I have disabled, for those of you just joining or who are tuning in, I have disabled all of the random events, just so I can have a really smooth experience and, not wait forever due to a faulty signal or whatever, Okay, so we're rejoining the main line now on the left. First tracks will take you to Plymouth and beyond. Now we got a red at the end of the platform at Newton Abbot. What a will do. What was that? Jesus. Is that running over points? Bloody hell. They're loud. God, gave me a fright. Jeez. They're loud. Running over the points there. Very loud. But they sound good. What I will do is I'll actually take a look around the exterior of this train. Something I haven't actually done. Alright. Pulling into Newton Abbot now.
Calling at Tinman, Dawlish Warren, Starcross, Exeter St Thomas.
That's
Exeter,
our
St.
service that the
Exeter
announcement is
Station,
playing.
St
Let's have a
James
look.
Park, Holslow Bridge, Digby and
Danger
Sutton,
live overhead
Newport,
wires.
Topsham, Exton,
There's
Lympstone
no overhead
Canal,
line wires
Lympstone Village, and
on this route,
Exmouth.
if anywhere, in Devon and Cornwall. Maybe that's for the Cardiff City network, or Can't be for Great Western Express, could it? I don't remember 150s being around on that part of the Great Western Railway network coming into Reading or London. Got the key there to open the door for the driver. I don't think that actually works. Yeah, weathering at the bottom there looks pretty good. Couple don't look too bad. I don't think it's too different from the 150 from Cardiff City. It's nicely weathered there, the fuse box. Oh, that's cool. So you can refuel the locomotive. Hopefully you can. I don't know if you can refuel it at Exeter or Lara Depot. I didn't see any fuel stands. Be impeccably modelled. That's one thing that's always been strong with Trains of the World, is the modelling is pretty darn good as far as the exterior is concerned. Yeah. You can see some scratches there, a bit of weathering on the paintwork here. Disable the signage there. That's where to board if you are elderly or go about life with a wheelchair. This is a 4-coach unit, so we've got 2 Class 150s coupled together. Can barely see the exhaust fumes there. In the interior, let's see if the game will let me squeak in with this camera. I haven't actually explored the interior of either the 802 or the 150, but see, upholstery is correct. It looks actually pretty good too. PIS displays, they do work. Excellent. The toilet is inaccessible, that's no surprise. Yeah, don't look too bad. And I think you've got the guard panel here as well. I think that's it there, isn't it? Yeah, you can be a guard if you so wish to do so. Yeah, good, cool. I think a HST just turned up, yeah. Better get a shift on, because I think the HST is going where we're going. Yeah, that's going to Exeter as well, so we better get a shift on. I could let it go, but I haven't got time for that. We've got to keep going. Okay, the next station is one I haven't seen yet. Teignmouth? Is that how you say it? Teignmouth? Either way, the station is just under 5 miles away. Hopefully when the Great Western Express remaster comes along, that the HST gets a bit of a facelift, you know, in terms of maybe some new sounds, graphical improvements. I think it's going to get some HD treatment, you know, the windshield, windscreen, you know, when it rains, and lighting and all that stuff. Here's hoping. It's been long enough, the remaster. Need to brake. Have to have a sip of water then. There's a 166 turbo. Haven't seen that for a little while. Sadly, the PIS displays are broken on this route. It does work on Great Western Express and Brighton Main Line, but for whatever reason it chooses not to work on this route. It correctly displays where you're going in the cab, but on the exterior it's not being displayed for whatever reason. Hopefully that will get fixed. Hey Robert, I know you're there. I saw you just retract a message, but hope you're well. Welcome. Unless you've disappeared. Luke, so no class ...445868 is no more. I don't know. Let me look up. Do you mean 43? Or 44? Let me just say 445868. 5868. Let me just take a look. Speed limit is 90. Let's make the most of it. Can't see it. UK trains. Let's take a look. Oh, that one. Maybe is it 45? Not 44? 455868. Do you mean? I don't know if it is no more. I haven't seen it. I think that's the one in the Heritage British Rail livery. If that's what you mean, I have no idea. I think it's still knocking about by who operate it? Is it South Western Railway? Is it? I haven't actually seen it. If that is the train you're on about, to be fair, I haven't seen it at Reading. Or conduct services going to London Waterloo from Reading. I imagine it will still be in service because I think it was specifically repainted in that kind of old school British Rail livery for I think it was either the anniversary of the multiple unit or the company, or you know, the 200 Railway 200 celebrations. Speed limit 60 coming up. Really flying along here. Like when you're getting up to this kind of speed, like 60, 70, 80 miles an hour, it feels like supersonic speed for 150-2. Whereas in the 802, you know, it's nothing. It's walking speed. And I think actually focusing on elements of speed for a moment, when the Great Western Railway remastered, Great Western Express, remaster comes out, I do believe in the new timetable there are going to be not many, but I think just a couple of like test train services, so you can use the 802 on the Great Western Express remastered timetable. Going at, you know, full line speed, 125 miles per hour, which is pretty cool, and also changing. We're going way too fast here. Also changing power mode as well, going from diesel to electric power, which is a pretty unique thing. We're going way too fast. Oopsie daisy. Yeah, I kind of botched it up there, but I did manage to stop on the platform. So that's something. Yeah, GWR management, they wouldn't be happy with me if I was the driver. Oh, look at those smoke effects there. That's good. That's nice.
Newport, Topsham, Exeter, Limston Commando,
Teignmouth
Village, and Exmouth.
Yeah, I like the look of this station. This isn't too bad. This is to the bridge here, I take it. Yes, it is. Oh, look at that! You've got a timetable board. Albeit, it's very pixelated, and I imagine inaccurate too. Oh, you got a waiting room there. Can you access that? Oh, that's a shame. Never mind. Shame you couldn't access it on foot. Well, at least they've modelled it, I suppose. You can see inside via the window. PIS displays have worked. No, yeah, got boarding ramps here. This is the entrance to the back of the station, I take it. Some industrial complex here, some local business. Yeah, station looks close enough to real life. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. I've got a car park here that sounds pretty busy, full of cars. Yeah, don't look too bad, don't look too bad. We've got a roundabout there, that doesn't look actually too shabby for once. It looks okay. Looks alright. Not brilliant. I think they could flesh it out a bit more with some road signage and maybe traffic lights if there is any in this area. But the station itself, I've got little to complain about. Reproduced in a pretty good manner. Is that a church over here? Indeed it is. It's a nice model. I think there's another one just across the road. Battle of the churches. Who will get the most people on Sunday? Alright, let's go to Dawlish. Probably one of the most, if not the most iconic station on the line. That's just over 2.5 miles away. How long have we been going for? Is that all? 1 hour and 38? No. Feels way longer than that. Feels like 6 million years have passed. No, it's 2 hours and 28 actually. No, 2 hours 23. Yeah. Let's take a look at that bridge. Is that a road bridge or a walk bridge? It's a road bridge. Wow, it's nicely done. You've got the walkway down here to the beach. Yeah, it's nice. Again, I think that I can't remember if the I know there was a patch that was launched that apparently corrected the water texture along, you know, the Dawlish area, and I imagine a huge chunk of the route, which is you know, runs alongside the coastline. But I can't remember if it looked if it was absent completely or if it just looked really, really bad. I don't know. I'll have to check the forums on that one. Unless it was on the specific platform, maybe, whereby it wasn't being shown. I honestly don't know. Yeah, horn sounds good. I like the horn a lot. Where's the horn? Is that the horn? Is that the horn? It's a good horn. Very good horn. And the lighting in the cab and the dials. That looks pretty good too. Yeah, I've certainly gone to town with the 150. When I say that, I've just noticed the buttons there suddenly look very pixelated on that phone there. Has that always been like that? I'm not sure. I hope that stupid graphical glitch hasn't come back, because that really annoyed me. You know, every time you played on the route in Train Sim 5, suddenly graphically it'll just take a dump and revert back to like PS2 era kind of graphics. Alright, we're coming up to Dawlish now. There can be no excuses with this one. This needs to be reproduced in a good way. The area of the station, it's very well known. So there can be no excuses with this one. Okay, let's take a look. So this is Dawlish, home of the Black Swan. Yeah, good. Wonder if the Black Swan actually is in the game. You never know. Okay, so PIS displays working. This is the wall itself. Lovely place to take a walk your dog in the sun. Good exercise for you. It's quite a long sea wall, isn't it? I don't think you can obviously walk the entire sea wall in the game, but I think there's a portion of it, you know, around the Dawlish station where you can. Yeah, the station's fully accessible, had some upgrades, you know, to make it fully accessible, so the lifts are present, that's good. The station building looks correct. Sadly the interior hasn't been modelled, it's a bit of a shame. Is that meant to be the way out? Oh no, it's probably to the bridge. The heritage sign there, Dawlish. Looks a bit pixelated there, but at least it's there. Yeah, around the station, yeah, that's good. Oh, this is good. Look at that, little garden here. I think the Black Swans will congregate here somewhere. That's a brilliant looking water texture. That looks so much better than the sea texture for some reason. Oh, there you go, a little golf course here. Hear the kids playing around on the golf course. Yeah, that's a cracker. That looks great. Little scenes there, I love that. Really bring the route to life. Oh, wouldn't it be nice if they had a little black swan just, you know, sitting on the edge or something? There's little ducklings or whatever. Yeah, look at that. Perch the camera there, zoom it in, get a shot of the train going by. That's cool. Tip top, brilliant. That's what I like to see. Fleshing the route out a bit more, having a bit of little scenes going about. Yeah, cool. I like that. Fantastic. You've got the steps there to the bench. See the trains going by, and down to the Dawlish wall itself. I think it's completed its restoration or construction of the Dawlish wall. Brilliant. Now, what Dovetail put on the route itself, and I think it's important that you take a moment. This bench here, I don't think is accurate in real life, but it was deliberately placed here. Sadly, one of the Dovetail's producers for Trade Sim World, known as Chris Edwards, sadly passed away shortly before the game was to be released. Sadly, didn't get to see what I think is the best looking route I've seen Dovetail make in a very long time, personally. And sadly, he succumbed to whatever happened to him, and Dovetail very kindly, I think, and I think his family and friends will have liked this little gesture that Dovetail did by making a bench and putting a little plaque there in memory of one of the Dovetail Train Sim World producers, Chris Edwards. And I think that's a very nice, poignant touch there. It must have been very hard for the Dovetail team, you know, to carry on with the game, producing the new content during, you know, the loss of of I imagine, a very likable work colleague. So, yeah. Rest in peace, Chris Edwards. Don't know the guy, but I imagine he played a pretty big role in the development of Riviera Line, and it shows. I mean, the scenery is certainly taking a step forward, not to just trains level of quality, but it's it's not like Dovetail has slacked, and that could let me get my words out. And that could, and it shows that this is down to, I imagine, the leadership of producer Chris Edwards.
The next train to arrive at platform number 1 will be the 10:56.
There's a service that's going to Penzance. I think I just heard the announcement say 5-coach Class 802. Right, we're departing Dawlish and we're heading to the next station stop, which is Dawlish Warren. We're getting there slowly. I appreciate the people that are sticking around on the stream. If you've made it this far, I congratulate you. It's probably not easy. Your attention spans are probably fighting your inner soul. Okay. Okay. Sugar, we got a red signal. Oh, I didn't see that. I've heard Dovetail launched, apparently they revealed an announcement of their new title that we're going to be making. It is a train game. It's called Metro Rivals New York. Don't see the point of that, to be honest with you. Just make it for Train Sim World. Metro Rivals. There's not much to go on it. There literally is hardly anything with the website. There you go. So what is it? A New York subway game that Dovetail is making? Okay. What is it, like the full subway network, New York City subway or something? Speed up a little bit here. Not a lot of information about it, but I'm not sure. I don't think that Metro game thing will be my cup of tea. It doesn't look quite realistic enough. And we need to brake. Too busy looking at the phone. Yeah, that's definitely my fault. Apologies there. Clausor kept TSW 2020 to keep the country branding to keep you on the Amtrak. Yeah, I've got TSW 2020 installed too, mainly for the Amtrak Switch. That's a good call. That I forgot that the Caltrain branding disappearing didn't exclude excluded TSW 1. So you are correct. You can play the Caltrain branded stuff. There's the train. HST is overtaking us. let's take a look around Dawlish Warren. Near the coastline. I think it's a holiday park or some touristy area. I mean, you've got the little park here. Little fairground, it seems. A Ferris wheel which never moves. It sounds good. Looks okay. I think it's missing 1 or 2 accurate fairground rides, but it's a Strange Sim World, not Fairground World, so I can forgive that. Another crazy golf area here. Got a go-kart track, wow. Yeah, well, at least they've reproduced some of it. Would be nice if they animated the Ferris wheel. Oh, seagulls in the sky. Oh, didn't ever notice that. Well, at least when you drive along and you see the fairground, that is it's a nice little treat for you there. Okay, the next station stop is Starcross, 2 miles away. We haven't got long to go. Not long at all. We've got 2 more stations until Exeter. No, 3 actually. Till Exeter St David's, including Starcross, of course. I'm speeding. You can tell I'm getting tired. I will complete this journey if it kills me. What is it? It's 20 to 11 in the game, so something about this texture here along the, if it's at the sea or what, but I mean, Dovetail said in a patch that apparently it's been fixed. Or is this an estuary here? I don't know, but it needs improving. It doesn't look quite right to me. I don't know how, you know, I'm not an engineer, right? I don't know how to make accurate sea textures or water textures, but it needs sorting out because it just doesn't look quite nice, if that's the word to call it. It just looks a bit ugly to me, you know? Don't know why, but it just doesn't look quite nice. Especially since, you know, like sections of the route look really good for Dovetail standards, and then you see that kind of slop on the right hand side. I'm at full power, wow. Before I wasn't for a second. Jesus, look at that water texture for the harbour. Oh my god. That is shocking. That don't look great at all. That looks like glass more than water. I don't know if they've implemented this kind of water texture on purpose to save some performance and make it run a bit smoother. But yeah, either way, I'm not a fan of it. Right, let's stop at Starcross and not overshoot the platform this time. I think you're meant to approach stations at 20 miles per hour. Obviously I'm breaking all sorts of rules. Coming in at nearly twice the speed, but there we go. Okay, it's a Starcross for the Exmouth ferry. Ooh, is the ferry reproduced? Yeah, the sea texture is not good. It needs looking at. I know I keep saying it, but look at it. Come on, it needs to be better than that. Surely. The street itself don't look bad. This is Starcross. These houses here don't look bad. They look new. It's definitely better than these ones. This is a... oh, we got a little shelter there for like the bus or something. Oh, not quite, no. It's where electrical systems. Starcross Station. Exmouth passenger ferry, evening river cruises over the railway bridge. 250 yards in the car park. Cool, that's a nice touch. Oh, there's someone there looking for directions on the phone. That's a nice touch. Bus stop here, bus stop there. Yeah, they fleshed this road out a bit. I appreciate that. There's a little memorial here too. Little plaque there or something, I'm not sure who for. Someone famous here. Yeah, a little shelter there. Got the markings on the ground there. Stopping platform, apply the brake. Sloping platform. Okay. There's a sloppy then. I was like, what? Nice little shelter there. Yeah, it's a good station. Good, nice looking station. I presume the ferry would be around here. Obviously Dovetail haven't been bothered to model a ferry. What is that in the distance over there? I know we're near the Atlantic Ocean, but surely that's not New York City. It's a little bit too close if that is to be the case. Okay. Clawsword, Caltrain real life is now electrified. Did I not lock the door? Oh no. Don't you dare say it's broken. Oh no. What's going on? Put it in brakes. Put the brakes on. Oh no. What have I done? How have I broken it? Let's unlock the doors on the right hand side. See if it fixes it. Apparently I haven't locked the left doors, but I have. So, don't know what's going on there. Let's open this door. Let's fix it. Oh dear, that's the first issue I've seen crop up with this train. Let's lock the door, see if that fixes it. Oh no. Mr. Reliable is broken. Oh dear. How the hell have I broken this train? Oh, I see. I thought I turned the rear door. I thought I turned the train faults off. This door is not closing. Okay, it's a train fault with the door. I thought I turned that off. Let me just check a minute. I thought I turned it off. Enable all random behaviours. Yeah, I've disabled it. Same for signal delays. Yeah, train. Oh, they're on. So even though you disable random behaviours, everything else is still turned on. I take it. Oh, Jesus. Save that. There we go. I was gonna say, I was like, what have I done? I take that back. The train isn't broken. It's one of those random behaviour things. Well, that's my first random behaviour moment I've encountered on this game. Now I've disabled it for eternity. Right, let's get going to the second to last stop, which is Exeter St Thomas. Clause of the the Caltrain Peninsula corridor is electrified now. Is it really? Wow. And they've got rid of the gallery gone near 40. Oh no. What a very excuse me, what have they replaced them with? Some Bombardier electric nonsense, or Siemens electric locomotives, or multiple units? I know Amtrak has some pretty nice new electric locomotives in stock recently, so I've seen on online. I think they've had that new Avelia Liberty high-speed train, you know, the Sellers Express replacement. But I don't really like that train. It doesn't look very nice. But it is modern, so you know, that's good. So Exeter St Thomas is 6.5 miles away. We'll be able to go, well, hopefully we will be able to reach the highest speed limit on the route, which is 100 miles per hour. I don't think this will reach that. That'll be a bit of a push, but it'll get close to it. I think the formations with the Class 150-2 on the Riviera Line, I think is just 4 coach trains, you know, 2 units of 2 connected together. I don't think there are any like single Class 150-2 units running around on the route. There might be, I don't know, but it would be nice to have that variation, you know, in formations, just like you have with the 802, you know, be it 9 coach train, 5 coach train, 2 5 coach units connected together. Okay, so now it's just a blast to Exeter now. I believe also because the route is set in like May, June-ish time of 2023, Marsh Barton, which at the time I think was open then, that has been reproduced in the game, so that's pretty cool. I remember watching a video of its opening on Jeff Marshall's channel, I think. I think there's even a scenario specifically focusing on like the opening of Marsh Barton Station, which is a pretty cool thing to do, I suppose, if you're interested in that kind of thing. Oh, they kept the MP36 PH-3C. Oh, that's good. I like that. I like the MP36. How long has this stream been going on for? Too long, I imagine. Yeah, nearly 3 hours. Oh my god. Well, you know, with a first look stream, you gotta look at everything. Gotta look at every inch of the route possible. We were running 10 minutes late. That's less than I thought, to be honest. Clausord, how do you pull out that wheel on the PS5? Pull out a wheel? I'm not sure what you mean by that. You'll have to explain that to me by what you mean. Do you mean in the game or on a PS5 console in general? Pull a wheel out? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Oh, damn it, we got a red up ahead. That's a shame. We're making good progress to Exeter St Thomas. In fact, that's Marsh Barton Station. We're not stopping there. Okay. gonna have to slow down then. I want to take a look. I was incorrect. I thought to myself that all the Class 150 services stop at Marsh Barton. That is not to be the case. I mean, it kind of makes sense, I suppose, because Marsh Barton Station was mainly open due to this huge rubbish, like, or recycling plant, and that has been reproduced in a... Wow, look at that. That looks fantastic. Exterior looks accurate. The station itself, Marsh Barton, gateway to the Riverside Valley Park. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so the gates are shut. This walkway is only for the workers of the plant, which is correct. That is accurate. I think there's some residential houses nearby too. But these are just it seems to be exclusive for the for the workers. Or maybe not actually. It might be just a walkway to the exit. Why would the gates be closed then? Yeah, but you got bike rack here, some information posters, even though the board itself is missing the word information. Yeah, the walkway's good to see. It's a fairly industrial area. I can't complain. It's been reproduced in a very good way. The road's a little bit bare bones. I could do a bit of a fix there. Some markings. Yeah, it's pretty fleshed out. You got got the pylons there. There's even some solar panels over there too. Yeah. Good. Pleased. Again, another good representation of this station. Got security cameras there. Some additional information signs there. Ticket machines, help point. Okay, not many services stop here at Marsh Barton. But it is a good representation of the station. I'm liking what I'm seeing. It's almost like you get the sense that Dovetail actually enjoyed making this route, you know, putting in these little details, like a Dawlish Warren, you know, and little scenes that they've made, and, you know, the area around the station. And the trackside scenery is pretty tip-top, except from that horrendous water texture, which maybe Dovetail haven't implemented in the patch. Maybe it's not ready yet. But why have we got a red signal here? Why have we got a red signal? I've disabled them, haven't I? Should be getting a... Unless we got some... Oh, we got a train at the station, that's why. Okay. I thought it was due to the signal being broken. You know, one of those random event behaviour things. Because that's the kind of funny thing with this random behaviours thing. You will not know if a station is actually broken or not, or the signal is not working due to a bug, or because of a random event thing. So, yeah. Okay, so we'll just have to sit tight for a moment until we're given clearance to proceed into Exeter St Thomas. We've got a Alphington Road siding here. Okay. Is it the HST? Yeah, it is. The one that overtook us earlier. That's at a standstill too. Why is that at a red? There's a train there stopped at a red signal too. Oh, we've got a bit of a traffic jam here, it seems. What's going on? Is it because of me being too slow? It could very well be. Well, I think... Oh god. Yeah, I think because of me going too slowly, I think the game's... Yeah, I think the game's gone into panic mode and just got confused and, yeah, put red signals practically everywhere. Oh dear. Where's this train going to? It's an AI service, doesn't know where it's going to. That's arrived at it. That's stopped. That's arrived the instruction. What's cool is I think you can actually remove the train. Confirm. So yeah, get this backlog of trains out of the way. Will that cure the yeah, the signal's green now, so there we go, that's cured the problem. Yeah, that train Voyager, that's going to Edinburgh. Okay, so it seemed the train at Exeter St David's wasn't playing ball, but now we got the trains on the move again by deleting that AI train. So we should get a green shortly. Now everything's on the move again. Even I think that train at Exmouth, is that going to Exmouth, or I don't know where it's going. Yeah, the train's coming into the platform now, and we got a red, so good. Everything's on the move again. The way you went to the exterior in the game and the way you unlocked the doors, no, it's just quite simple. You get any external camera, free cam, and find the door on the outside, and then click it open when it gets highlighted on the door. It's quite simple. You got the sidings there. It's good there. The freight stuff, I will have to take a look at that in the timetable some point tomorrow. I'm curious as to where you start the services, the freight stuff. Is it just from like Plymouth station to Exeter and that's it, or is it like another? Was it in some sidings dotted about, like near Exeter St Thomas, or near I think it was near Newton Abbot. Okay, so we're approaching Exeter St Thomas. This will be the last station. We'll have to have a good look around. Should just get to the stopping point. Okay, here we are. This is the last station we'll have a look around, I think. Exeter St Thomas. So staggered platform. Yeah, oh, I like the... have a look at the bridge here. Nice. The graphics on that, texturing on the stones there. I don't know what you call it. This material that was constructed out of granite, maybe, but I don't know. But it looks great. It's got the modern staircase added to it as well. Adds a bit of character to it. Maybe this used to be a viaduct. Well, it kind of is still, isn't it? But PIS displays, they work. Ticket machine. And this must be the main station building here. And there's a new shiny building here. Shop or something? I don't know. But it looks okay. To me it does. The road doesn't look too bad either. The university I know is somewhere around here in Exeter. Don't ask me where, I have no idea where. Never been to Exeter before, but yeah, it's pretty fleshed out. Yeah, not too... a little bit grubby here. I could do a bit of work the road there, but yeah, other than that, it looks okay. Is this the main station building? Seems to be. If the game would let me go down, I want to have a look. Exeter St Thomas, you could see the sign there, and I take it you walk in and up to the station platform. Oh, I think they've modelled it, but you can't actually do it on foot. It's got a marker that says go to the opposite platform. That's a bit annoying. Like, why bother modelling it in the first place if you won't let people actually use it in the game on foot? I don't know. Alright. No, I imagine it's an absolute traffic jam. Yeah, here we go again. Oh, we got to change tracks as well, just to make things more complicated. What's going on here? This is out of stop signal. This one is also out of stop signal. That's arrived at the station. Okay. I don't know which way it's going. That's the only problem. Yeah, okay, they're delayed. Right, Manchester Piccadilly delayed by 10 minutes. Okay. Is every train delayed by 10 minutes because of me? That one's delayed by 15 minutes. Well, blame me for that one. Oh dear. Yeah, I've delayed most of the morning services. Yeah, you can blame me for that. Sorry. But that one's arrived, so I'll just have to get rid of these, oh, sugar. Ugh. Go back. Right, we'll leave that one there. That can sit tight for a little while. That's arrived. Where is it? Here, isn't it? It won't let me do it. No, it won't let me do it. Oh, flipping heck. Come on, game. No, it won't let me do it. Okay. It did before, but it won't let me do it for whatever reason. Alright, well, I think I'll leave it at that. I've been to Exeter St David's, so I know what to do. I know what it looks like. But yeah, I think that'll do. That will conclude this stream on the Riviera Line. I'll head back to the main menu. Might as well. I'll finish that service up another time. Yeah. What can I say? Overall, it's pretty good. It's miles better than what I was expecting it to be. The scenery, I have to give credit where credit is due. It's pretty good. It's fleshed out. You know, the scenery around the stations, streets. The cafes and cars, and the beaches. Fairground, and Dawlish itself looks fantastic. Plymouth station looks good. Timetable's pretty fleshed out with the the amount of trains that you can run. Yeah, the Class 802, I have to say, it is nice to have that, a different variant of that train in the game, and the different formations is realistic, which I appreciate. A little bit more functionality in the cab would be nice. As for the Class 150, it's very good. Excellent from the sounds perspective. It's needed some new sounds. It's now got those new sounds, and it is tremendous. Really, really good fun to operate. And the route itself, like I said, it's really challenging. Different, almost like aspects of scenery, countryside. Serving two big cities of Exeter and Plymouth. You got the little coastal towns serving. So you're serving the coastal towns of Taunton, Jesus, Torquay and Paignton, and the scenery surrounding the stations themselves are reproduced in a very, very good way, better than I was expecting, certainly above Dovetail standards. They've knocked the park out of this one, I have to say, and it's a great return for the Great Western Railway brand. It's Train Sim World, and yeah, to be fair to Dovetail, they've done a good job. I'll give them a pat on the back. This route is, I think, one of their best routes they've made for quite a considerable amount of time. So do I recommend you get it? Absolutely, 100%. There's no doubt about that in my book. Maybe get it on a discount, but you've seen for yourself that this is a good overall package, and everything's running reliably. No issues or bugs I've discovered so far, which is fantastic. The only gripe I have with it is that the Exmouth branch wasn't included, and the water textures in some parts of the route definitely need looking into, and having a newer version or newer textures implemented. And yeah, other than that, maybe some small little niggles. The scenery need a bit of TLC. But yeah, out of 10, I think it's fair to say I'll give this an 8 out of 10. It's a great package, a great overall route. Much better than I was expecting. So if you're into GWR and you're hyped, let's say, of their return to Train Sim World, and you can't quite afford it yet, or you're waiting for it on a sale, you're in for a treat. It's a great route to master, and a great visual treat as well. So yeah, that concludes this first look stream on the Riviera Line in Devon. If you'd enjoyed this long stream, then feel free to hit the thumbs up button below, and if you are watching for the first time, be it live or on playback, then I'd appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. And as always, I will see you next time. Take care.